Hi everyone, you have fun with to play next. We're doing this awesome in gaming, like this. A loading screen. No, actually we're going to be playing the Smurfs today. Because why wouldn't you do that? The Smurfs are iconic. They're like the 90s version of the Chipmunks. And it looked like they took some creative license with the world. So if you haven't been back to Smurf Village to Smurf literally everything, then come along for the ride. We'll make this elementary, my dear Smurf. You're excited. You want to, like, Smurf the heck out of this. We remember when we were tiny and everybody substituted a bad word for that, and it was hilarious. Because what else would you do with your time in the 90s? Is we were this weird bridge. It was born in the 80s, and so the 90s was this weird bridge where you had, like, a bike, and you could go visit your friends, but then you would also still inevitably stay inside. I'm from the north, so the weather sucks. Like 6 months out of the year, it's actually dangerous to be outside for prolonged periods of time.
Let me smurf you the story of the VILEAF. A dreadful adventure, one that's beyond belief. I smurfed this little poem to tell you the tale, with pictures I smurfed for added detail. Safe in their village, the place where they dwell, you'll find all the Smurfs who I'm sure you know well.
I'd have rhymed Azrael.
There is
Get to the good
Smurf,
part.
our beloved leader, and the lovely Smurfette. You'll find no one sweeter. Handy, greedy, jokey to name but a few. It would take hours to name all the Smurfs coloured blue. But far from the village, where none dare to roam, lies a ramshackle hovel that the neighbour calls home.
Your neighbour.
He is a sorcerer, draped in black head to toe. He lives there alone with his cats, don't you know?
Azrael, you're looking good.
Gaudy red
it's a ginger.
They look nasty and vile. According to Taylor, he has no sense of style. I speak of Gargamel.
Ripping into him.
That is no surprise. I'd smurf him on the nose if it weren't for my size. He has an obsession. His one and only thought. He wants to smurf the Smurfs for a stone of some sort. This time, he has smurfed from a book of despair. A long-lost formula to help him grow pears?
Do you not have a rhyme there?
No, not pears. Wait a minute. That makes a mythical plant grow poisonous and dangerous. Ah, yes, that's it.
Prickly pears.
And so, he has smurfed using an ancient text. This most dangerous plant. And here's what happened next.
Popped it in their little mouths.
Papa Smurf is distressed. Something has gone awry. Smurfs have gone missing, and we must find out why.
We're excited. I'm excited, you're excited. The polygonals have this smooth edging to them, which they're working on. Swiss Vinyl has worked its way into gaming through adventure gaming, Adventures of Dorian Gray, etc. Chris Tales, and they have an off-angular polygonal, which when you combine it with American ones, creates this very nice, smooth texture around the edges of things. It's hard to do, but we're really glad that they're finally developing it because, even in indie games like Ovum, which was just a farming sim, it gives a finished look and feel to it like this, where you can put little leaves on it and stuff, and those are different because they're two-dimensional, and then it connects into the main, grafts onto the smooth-edged polygonals, which honestly, if you're going to run into them, you're going to run into them either way, so it doesn't matter if they're three-dimensional or not. I'm not quite sure what American devs were thinking when they went that route with it. So, this game saves data automatically at certain points. Do not switch off the power when this icon is displayed. I will be sure not to do that. So we're having an intermission here. Do you have any questions for me? Thoughts? Are we just excited to Smurf together? It's kind of like playing the Pig Latin game, where you just insert Smurf for every single verb. So, when last we ran into the Smurfs,
There you are, Hefty.
Oh my god, Grandpa Hefty
Andy asked me
Smurf.
to come see you. He put this weird machine on my back. He called it a Smurfizer.
Yes, it's a Smurftastic new invention. It will allow you to heal all the contaminated plants that have smurfed the village. And maybe smurf some of the Smurfs who have disappeared.
I hope so. But Handy told me that his machine needs a tank.
Well, that's why you're here. Without it, you won't be able to use the Smurfizer correctly. Its tank is a flower that I've been studying. You can smurf it a little further down this path. It seems to have developed an immunity to the infection.
Ooh,
Do you
that's
think it could
nice.
solve our problem?
I like
Let's hope
immunities.
so. By the way, speaking of the Smurfizer, you have the honor of being the first to smurf this new invention. But I want to make sure you're still as strong with that equipment on your back.
I'm the
Punch him.
strongest Smurf, Papa Smurf, with or
Punch him
without
and see if
the
he still rides
Smurfizer.
it.
But I can practice with it, if you smurf that it's necessary.
I'd prefer that, Hefty. You can never be too careful.
This is not really obvious tutorials.
Let's begin
So it's a little
your
bit
training.
data
Make your
lick.
way over to Farmer. He's smurfing by the river.
Can I use a controller with
Let's
this?
make sure the Smurfizer doesn't make it too difficult to move around before we smurf on.
We support full controller support. If you have never, it's like it doesn't. If you've never, oh it does. You know, really bothered to look around the gaming world and so on. Not everybody reads things. Xbox is a product of Microsoft, so most Steam games will take a Xbox controller. If they're polygonal.
Make sure you can smurf your mission.
I know, Farmer. What do I have to do?
Smurf your head up and look over there, on top of that cliff. Someone should be smurfing at ya.
Smurfing at me in a good way or a bad way? What does this do? Okay, what does this do? What does this do? There's so many buttons! Okay. So all this does is suck things into the back pit. I'm not really 1000% on anything other than we need to climb something. I'm assuming we're allowed to backtrack. It's always seemed counterintuitive to me in video games, but I suppose like IRL. Can I double jump? Use R to adjust the camera. I'm like trying. This is me doing it. And the informational button is not going away. It wants to be behind my head. It needs me in its life more than I need it, I think is really the problem here. Alright, so I got a present. Apparently can collect all of these.
There, it's Smurfette. She's so Smurfy.
It's like one chick and 40 dudes. That'd be a little intimidating. What is this? Can I do nothing with this? The glowing stone. People complain a lot about, like, for instance, the Lion King franchises and so on. I might be able to hit that. I don't think so, but what are my other options, Stop? No resting for you. I always try to stay in shape. Okay, let's try going around this way. That's interesting to me that I can't. So they really just kind of take game controls by the throat. Your average dev is more concerned about game.
More of that contaminated grass. I can't wait to heal it.
What we wind up with is tropes. So, you know, this in general find acceptable. Okay, so we're gonna skip ahead here because this is like really straightforward.
Do anymore?
Dev has,
Your search is over.
you know, like
Andy
after we get
Smurf
through the
introduces
training.
you to the Smurfizer.
Okay, so Handy made us a
Built in nature-friendly
Smurfizer that we're
materials such as
building.
wood and metal, but also a very stable shoulder strap to facilitate rotation and movement. An ergonomic handle guaranteeing the user the most precise aim. And a revolutionary pollen pump for long-distance projection. Thanks
Okay,
to
so
the
it's turning it
Smurfizer,
into an
there's no
FPS.
limit for you.
So I can't
To
get
spray.
things.
To spread. To
Gives us a
glide.
boost. Lets us
To
fly.
spread. To suck up and shoot out. So don't miss your shot. Order your Smurfizer quick. The Smurfizer is recommended by Papa Smurf. The Smurfizer, your best ally against VILEAF.
And then we have to get rid of the VILEAF that they created. So it looks like you can play more than one of the Smurfs. Smurfette, apparently you pick up once you go and get her, and you can play her as a player character. I love our little village. It's not, I waffle between true to the source material and, you know, the upgrades that bring it into real interaction. Kind of lend somebody else's creativity to it. But you can do Chef Smurf. Okay. You can do Smurfette. You're taking out, like, the whole landscape. So, like, everything. It's like cleaning simulator.
Awesome!
Only you have a platformer action going on. I was hoping we would run into Gargamel. It doesn't look like you do. Smurfing alone gets too hard. You can call your Smurf friends.
So Smurfy.
That's really cute.
Right. Let's see what's going on. As Papa Smurf always says, better Smurf than sorry.
So it does take us through the whole process of building the actual VILEAF Terminator, which also lets us traverse the landscape. So that probably would have taken 20 minutes. I try to keep these to about 10 minutes so you get an idea of what's going on in the game mechanics and then, you know, also the storyline. So I'll cut over to Steam if it gets a little bit cumbersome rather than clip my gaming. They just do a better job. I don't mind reacting to parts of videos, so. Will you be up to the challenge, friend? We definitely are. It looks cute. If you love platformers, thumbs up. If you love nostalgia, thumbs up. You do have to have both, apparently. So, basic platformer, but it's cute and it's got a cute premise. So, link in the description below if you want to try it out. We try to, you know, pick up things that are nothing bucks on Steam. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Gamer Coffee shipped to your door. They will put your logo on merch for, again, nothing bucks. You can support the pirate logo for what to play next. We love our logo. It's awesome. You can get stickers, mugs, shirts. I love the stickers because you can slap them on everything. So it's like a couple bucks, and then it's this stealth way to advertise or bring more people into your team and that sort of thing. Also down there's coffee. KOF5, I just check a coffee. $1 make me smile. You can join the tribe on Patreon. So we are on Patreon now. If you do like this sort of behind the scenes where we get a little bit more into game mechanics or that sort of thing, or if you're interested in our career overall, how we've worked with television, a little bit, very tiny bit movies, and then, you know, mostly books and gaming, etc. So we get into that a little bit more there. Some of our art, some of the stuff that we're, you know, doing or working on or working with, along with some backstory and history that we have that pretty much nobody else does. So that's down there, but subscribing, liking, that's always free. So smash the subscribe button, smash it up, and then if you hit the bell, it'll give you a little thumbnail. So if you're huge into the Smurfs, this was a great blast for the past, and you would, you know, tune in for like 10-15 minutes with us, and we'll talk a little bit game mechanics. You can totally lurk. If you don't want to comment, you don't have to. We do love hearing from you, so all of our social media is down there as well. We love you guys. We love the Earth's Long for Ride, and we'll see you in the next video.